Minecraft, a game of endless possibilities, a game where no one tells you what to do, a game where, well, it's endlessly nostalgic and endlessly playable. But I've been finding myself playing this game less and less over the years, and wondering why this game has lost its charm and lost what made it great. And in this video, I'm going to discuss just that. Hey, I'm Sky, and today I'm going to be talking about, well, did Minecraft lose its charm, and if so, how? I think we need to look back in 2012 when I first got the game. This was one of the better moments in my life. I purchased the game for the Xbox 360, or rather my mother did, and I booted it up and started my first ever world. It was only survival, but it was fun. This was before hunger was even a thing. And as I started to play, it was really noticeable how endless and charming this game is. I remember I would tell the few friends that I did have about it. My brother would play with me, and I would enjoy every moment of building and crafting and just mining. And, well, I think it started to lose its charm. If you look at Minecraft nowadays, it doesn't feel the same. It feels off. It feels very corporate. And I think that mainly has Microsoft to blame. The whole idea of this game has to look good and it has to constantly change and keep players active, well, that mindset kind of ruined the game. Nowadays we have these muddled textures and thousands of blocks. It feels almost paralyzing. Well, I think to narrow this down, we have to go a little further back in Minecraft's history. The first controversy that I know of in Minecraft, I remember, is the rose changing into the poppy. I remember a lot of players were very upset about this, but it was a change that ultimately was harmless, but the sign of the downfall of the game. The rose had a unique texture and a detail that the poppy just doesn't. It feels more round and less jagged and less Minecraft. But a lot of people adapted and got used to it. And I'm sure a lot of people will get used to modern Minecraft over time. Just, I don't think I will. Fast forward a little bit into 2014 and Microsoft buys the game. And this sends a lot of people into a panic, and rightfully so. Microsoft, which is kind of known for, in some ways, ruining some really great things with corporate bureaucracy and muddling things down. In 2016 we got the combat update, and well, this really pissed off a lot of players, especially some of the older ones who are used to the combat system. Now, this new combat system isn't great, but it isn't the worst either, and a lot of people really could get used to it, and I kind of have. In fact, the version that I mainly play on is 1.12.2, which is in the background footage right now with a texture pack that makes it look older. But even though the game was ultimately still Minecraft, people, well, they hated it. The game started to see a huge plunge in player base, and, well, Microsoft had to bring those players back. So we got the update Aquatic. The first update that I remember that really sparked my interest in Minecraft again. It brought fish and drowns and all sorts of fun and unique things to the game. But it also brought an evil, Phantom. It was probably one of the worst mob vote decisions, besides the glow squid, ever. And, well, that's probably because it was the first mob vote. And the Phantoms, they just suck. Especially for older players like me, who remember the days when you could go mining for literal days in Minecraft with no consequences. And now, of course, this isn't realistic, but Minecraft has never been a game about realism. The fact that phantoms are a thing in the game just shows how out of touch Mojang has become, and Microsoft as a whole. Their community started to dwindle a bit in 2016, and they wanted to bring it back, but, well, they didn't do themselves any favor. And of course, one of the biggest blows to me was they removed Minecon and made it a online-only thing in 2017, and this was probably one of the few things that really crushed me about Minecraft. It was really saddening. I was hopeful to go in 2017, but, well, it never happened. It never will happen. But that's just more of the corporate bureaucracy of Microsoft, if anything. Now, of course, we got the Village and Pillage update after 1.13, and yes, it was a good update all in all, but once again, they made a bad decision. They changed the textures of Minecraft, and I know some people are going to come at me in the comments saying, oh, the new textures are great, but I really am just not a big fan of them. I used to play Minecraft, and I love the distinct textures of the cobblestone and the wood, and heck, even gravel has a distinct texture, especially in the older versions, and, well, they really started to remove that. Really started to become corporate, soft, and not unique. The default game started to look like a texture pack, and this really was jarring. The programmer art was just fine, and, well, they had to go and change it. I thought the first time that I played on 1.16, which was the first time I came back to Minecraft on Java, that something was wrong. I thought I had a texture pack enabled, but it really made me sad when it wasn't. I realized that day that that's when Minecraft started to lose a lot of its charm. Now, the new textures are okay, and I think if Minecraft released with them back in the day, people wouldn't be so upset. People would be fine with it, but it wouldn't be as popular, I don't think, as it is today. If you look at the texture for cobblestone back in the day, it's very distinct and very well thought out and, well, pixelated. The game is supposed to be pixelated, but adding a lot of anti-aliasing and making it look very round from a distance really ruined that immersion for me. I remember back in the day that having texture packs that would add ultra textures to the game, and it would do something very similar to what these textures are now. And I ultimately never played with them because of it. And I stuck with the programmer art. And of course, that was probably one of the big reasons that Minecraft started to lose its charm is the textures. But that's enough rambling about textures for now. But, of course, it's not just the game that changed. The fan base did. A lot of people who played the game back in the day outgrew it, and never came back after the combat update. And we have YouTubers like Dream, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going after Dream or his fan base, but things just started to go downhill from there. The fan base became very toxic and more focused on getting endgame items as quickly as possible and less focused about actually playing Minecraft and building, crafting. And that probably has something to do with Dream being a speedrunner. Who cheats? But that is one of the reasons that things are so different nowadays. Part of the charm as well is the updates that we would get and all the new features and fun stuff to play with. I remember when they first added the new villagers that you could actually trade with. It was a big deal for me back in the day. And, well, Minecraft 1.0 is a lot different than Minecraft now, of course, because of the updates, and that's great. But one of the problems with that is you start to lose your original goal. You start to add things in the game and start to lose perspective. I think the developers really messed up when it came to Caves and Cliffs. Update that was promised to have all sorts of features that we just never received. and probably some of them we never will. We were promised bundles and archaeology and a lot of cool features that I would have loved to see in this one update, and instead we got a 2-part cave and cliff update. First part wasn't even caves and cliffs. It was just, well, adding blocks and stuff to creative. And the second update, well, it really just wasn't as good as I thought. Yes, the cave generation was better, but the second part just didn't have what was promised. Archaeology was gone. There was no bundles. There was just a mess. I realized that Minecraft was becoming even hard for the developers to know what the goal is, to know what the charm was. And Microsoft is more focused on making money and supporting the common denominator. Bundles haven't been added to the game because of that, because of Pocket Edition. And, well, frankly, Java and Bedrock, well, they're two different beasts. I can't play Bedrock. It's just too buggy, and it's just not a good product. It's chock full of microtransactions, and I remember, well, playing the game when skins were paid for in Minecraft on the Xbox, but I didn't think it would lead to something this bad. At least with skin packs in the old versions of Minecraft, you had quality control. But you don't have that nowadays. You have, well, a mess of just people trying to make money on the marketplace. A lot of trends that come and go. It really sucks. The sad thing is, people buy things on the Microsoft Store and start paying for skins and stuff that they could have for free. All because of the unregulated and, well, frankly, destructive nature of the marketplace. But at least Microsoft went Medal of Java Edition, right? Well, they did. Sometime in the last year, they started requiring Microsoft accounts and slowly started transitioning people to them. And this was a bad sign, and I instantly predicted the way this was going to go. They were going to add chat monitoring like they had on Bedrock, and ways for people to get banned. And, well, guess what? In 1.19, they added just that. It really sucked to see. Minecraft used to be about expressing yourself, and even if you say something that one person might find hateful, well, that is for the server to deal with. And most servers wouldn't tolerate that, but some servers were just to tolerate that. And look at 2B2T and Anarchy servers. They would not survive in the climate of Minecraft today. They can't update because if they do, they will lose their player base very quickly to bans and chat reports. Microsoft has made the game really hard to express yourself. I remember I placed a sign in my old Minecraft world that I mentioned earlier in the video that, I transferred to Bedrock. I placed the sign down and I just wrote the word balls because I thought it would be funny. And, well, to my surprise, it was censored. And so were a lot of my other signs and stuff in Minecraft, and this really hurt to see. And I think a lot of the corporate bureaucracy of Microsoft really just got to us and really just started to make the game worse and worse. And the fact that they're requiring Microsoft accounts now really just sucks. A lot of people had troubles migrating, if I remember. And a lot of people will probably not play the game because of it. And, well, I don't blame them. I think this next update is probably going to be okay, but I don't know how well it will hold up. And I think a lot of its player base will leave. If you look at Minecraft back in the day, it used to be very simple and very fun. And of course, this changed a lot of people's playstyles too. The fact that the new textures are more detailed means that people have to make their builds look super detailed just to make them look good. A lot of old builds really don't look good with the new textures, and Me being an old player, I still build out of wood and cobblestone to this day, where a lot of newer players have, well, pretty much unlimited resources because they skipped straight to the end game, and it just really sucks. But I think that's enough talking about Microsoft and what they did, but I think we need to talk a little bit about Dream now and what he did. Some of the things he did were not great. The mob vote is one of those things. In the Caves and Cliffs update part 1, they added the glow squid after it won the mob vote, but Dream heavily influenced it, and this really sucked because it's just boring. I remember the days when you came across a mushroom biome. It was a variant on the cow, and it was unique and interesting, and it actually served a purpose. You could get mushroom stew from it, and you could get mushrooms if you shear it. It had a purpose. It had energy. It had life. Dare I say it? It had charm. But the glow squid just feels very meh. It's implemented poorly, and nothing about it screams Minecraft. Yeah, it glows, but it doesn't even light up the area around it. Yeah, it drops a glow ink sac, and you could use that on item frames, and yeah, you could use it on signs, but it's not usable otherwise. It's not how Minecraft should be. A thing just to be a thing is just not what Minecraft was about. And now you can't even tame an ocelot, which also once again removes that charm. You have to go find a cat, and it sucks seeing all my ocelots in Minecraft untamed, especially on Bedrock. And well, it just once again sucks, but apparently they're trying to make an ecological statement, but then why am I still allowed to tame wolves? They're still wild wolves. That doesn't make any sense. Part of the reason too, I think Minecraft lost a lot of its charm is just age. As we get older, we start to see things in a rose-tinted lens, and it really just isn't good to view things that way sometimes. But damn, Minecraft back then was undeniably better and was more simple and just easier to play. And I miss the days where I could just play. It got me through the best times of my life, and it got me through some of the worst times too. I really miss the days that I could just look to my favorite game for comfort. And now it's very corporate and soulless, and just there to be there and make money. But that's just my opinion, and thank you for watching this video. If you agree, please leave a like. If not, then tell me in the comments, and I'd love to hear about it. Anyways, I've been Sky, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.